Hello, friends, and welcome to Light on Granite with Diana. Today we're going to start kneeling in the back half of our mat. And go ahead and rest your hands on your thighs, elongate your spine, close your eyes, and find your breath. I want you to notice how you're feeling right now. And set an intention for your practice today. Whether that is to feel good, to connect with your breath, or to spread more loving kindness. Whatever intention you want to set. And now go ahead and take a nice big inhale. Open your eyes. And we're going to place our hands behind our back. And we're going to lean back into our hands. Stretch, open our chest. Take a couple breaths here. And then come back up to a neutral spine. Interlock your hands together. And then we're going to go ahead and forward fold. Inhale back up. And forward fold again. Inhale back up. And then we're going to release our hands, inhale them above our head, look up towards the sky, and then put our palms together, push against your palms as you slowly lower them in front of your chest. And release. We're going to come forward here into child's pose. And then I want you to stack your hands over to the right side of your mat. And then stack them over on the left side of your mat. Excellent. Now let's come back up into table. And we're going to move into our cat-cow series. So I want you to inhale, head up, arc that spine, and then exhale. Pretend you're a cat stretching out. And now I want you to actually sit back into child's pose, bring your hips back towards your feet. And then we're going to keep that round in our back from cat and inhale. Come back forward. Exhale, come into cow, head up, arc the spine. And then we're going to round back into cat and move back into child's pose. And then again, keeping our arc in our back, come back forward, and then come into cow. And then one more time, come into cat, push back into child's pose, and release, coming up into table. Wonderful. So from here, I want you to extend your right arm forward, and we're just going to gently bring our chest and our head down to the mat. Go ahead, bending our left arm, and just creating some nice stretching in our shoulder muscles and our back. And come back to table. And we're going to switch sides. So this time we're going to extend that left arm out. Bend that right arm as we lower our head and our chest down to the mat. Excellent. And then we're going to come back to table. And I want you to step your right foot back. And go ahead and flex that foot. Stretch out that calf muscle. And release. Bring it back into table. And then we're going to do the other side. Step the left foot back. Stretch open that calf. Excellent. Now come back to table. So from here, we're going to plug our toes into the mat, and we're going to gently hover our knees above the ground, just a couple inches, and we're going to do this for 3 breaths. So think about tightening your core as you're breathing. Excellent. Slowly push into downward dog. And feel free to pedal out your feet. Loosen up those calves one more time. And then we're going to look up to the top of our mat. Step forward into forward fold. And then slowly roll up to standing. And then from here we're going to do 3 prayer flows. So we're going to inhale, arms up, hands together, and then we're going to go ahead and keep our hands together, bending our arms, coming down into a forward fold, and then inhale, back to standing, arms overhead, and we're going to do it again. So we're going to come into our forward fold while our hands are in prayer, then sweep back up one last time, and come forward, sweeping all the way down. And this time, once we're in full forward fold, I want you to release your hands. Let your arms be limp. And then gently twist your torso, twisting to the right, to the left, to the right, and to the left. Go ahead, slowly roll back up to standing. Wonderful. We're going to move into Sun Salutation A. So inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank position. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then we're going to look up. Step forward to the top of our mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, arms up, gaze up, hands together in front of your heart. Excellent. So we're going to do another variation now. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now from down dog, we're going to come into a low lunge, leading with our right foot. So that right foot comes forward, left knee comes down. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. And then we're going to bring our hands behind our back, interlock them. We're going to take an inhale, opening up that chest. And then as we exhale, we're going to hinge from the hips, folding forward on the inside of our right knee. And then I want you to inhale, come back up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hinge forward. And then inhale up, release those hands. And then we're going to go ahead and step back into plank and do our vinyasa flow. So chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. And then we're just going to switch sides. So lead with your left foot. Right knee comes down to the mat. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. And bring those hands behind your back. Interlock them. Inhale, open that chest up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward, coming on the inside of that left knee. And inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And then inhale up, release those hands, and we're going to come into our flow. Plank position, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Wonderful. So from here, I want you to go ahead and plant those knees, come into a child's pose. And then from child's pose, we're going to move into upward dog and then push back into child's pose. Glide forward into upward facing dog. Push back into child's pose. One more time. Move forward into upward facing dog and push back into child's pose. Beautiful. Let's come back into our table position. And we're going to do balancing table. So I want you to extend your right arm out in front of you and extend your left leg behind you. So take a moment, find your balance. Go ahead and start with your gaze low, engage your core. And then we're going to do leg and arm lifts. So we're going to drop our hand and our leg down to the ground and then inhale them up. We're going to do that 3 times. So inhale, arm and leg up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Come back to the neutral spine with balancing table. And now from here, we're going to come into tiger pose. So I want you to bend that left leg, and I want you to take your right arm and reach it behind you. If you can, grab onto your ankle or onto your foot. And then depending on how you're feeling today, I want you to go ahead and arc that spine, pull that leg closer to your head, and feel a really good stretch. Beautiful. Release. And we're going to switch sides. So this time, left arm is extended and right leg is extended. Find your balance. Engage your core. And then we're going to move into our leg and arm lifts. So when you're ready, we're going to exhale our arms down and our arm and our leg down. Inhale them up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Come back to neutral spine. Regain your balance, your focus, and then with control, bend your leg and grab it with your hand. Keep your gaze low until you find your strength and your balance, and then see how much you can pull on that leg. And breathe. Excellent. Go ahead, release and push back into child's pose. And then come up into downward facing dog. And then from down dog, we're going to come into three-legged dog. So inhale that right leg up. And then we're going to bend that right knee. We're going to bring it forward in between our arms. And then exhale, push, straighten that leg back out into three-legged dog. We're going to do that again. Inhale that right knee in between your arms. Exhale, straighten it out behind you. And then We're going to go ahead and inhale, bring that knee in, and this time we're going to come into pigeon. So go ahead and try to bring that right knee closer to your thumb. Get yourself situated. Excellent. And then we're going to go ahead and slowly lower our chest down to the mat. Excellent. With your hands, I want you to push your chest up. Then I want you to swing your left leg to the side and come up into a seated position. We're going to come into a side stretch here. So we're going to rest our left arm on our extended left leg, and then we're going to inhale and bring that right arm overhead towards our left toes. Depending on how flexible you feel today, you can either grab your toes or leave your hands in the air. Whatever works for you, you're receiving all the benefits of this pose. And then inhale, come back up. And then from here, we're going to put our feet together, coming into cobbler pose. We're going to take a nice inhale, hinge forward from the hips, exhale, forward fold in our cobbler pose. Then inhale back up, come into table position, and then come back into downward dog. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So this time we're going to inhale our left leg up into three-legged dog. And then go ahead and bend that knee and bring it in between your arms. And exhale, extend it out behind you. Inhale, bring that knee in between your arms. Exhale, push it out behind you. And then one last time, inhale that knee forward. And we're going to bring that knee towards our left thumb, coming into pigeon pose. Get yourself situated. And then when you're ready, release your torso to the mat. Stack your hands and rest your head on your hands. And then inhale, push your chest up, swing that right leg around to the side, come into a seated position, and we're going to do our side stretch on the right side. So go ahead, extend your right arm, let it rest on your right leg. Then we're going to inhale that left arm up and over towards our right toes. Touch them if you can. And breathe. Feel that incredible opening in your side. And then go ahead and come back up to a neutral spine. Bring those feet together into cobbler pose. And we're going to do our forward fold into cobbler pose again. Hinging from the hips. And trying to release any tension we're holding there. Letting them open and widen. Excellent. So from here, I want you to keep your feet together into cobbler. And this time we're actually going to lie back. So bring your back onto the mat, keeping your feet together in cobbler butterfly pose. And once you're down here, I want you to slowly pull your knees up towards each other, and just before they touch, pause for a moment, feel the tension, and then release them slowly back down to the mat. We're going to do that 2 more times. This is actually a really great core strengthening exercise that's incredibly gentle. So slowly, with control, bring your legs up towards each other before they touch. Pause, feel that tension, and then bring your knees together. One last time, slowly release those legs down to the mat. And then with control, slowly bring those knees up towards each other and pause before they touch, being keenly aware of that moment of tension. And then go ahead and let them touch. And then from here, I want you to actually bring your knees into your chest, give them a little hug. Go ahead and rock yourself side to side if that feels good. And then we're going to plant our feet back down onto the mat. And I want you to walk them mat's distance apart. And then we're actually going to let our knees fall in on each other and rest against each other. So just take a moment here, and we're going to have 3 breaths in this pose, in this relaxation, restorative pose. Beautiful. Now, friends, it's up to you if you want to stay in this position while you move into Shavasana, or if you want to fully extend your legs and your arms out to come into your final resting pose. The choice is up to you. And once you're in Shavasana, I want you to notice again how you're feeling. Notice what changes you might have experienced from the beginning of your practice till now. And then just try to completely relax and surrender into your mat. Wonderful. Now I want you to put your hands on your belly. And we're going to move into our yogic breathing. So I want you to inhale, fill that belly, expand it, feel your hands rise up with the air in your stomach as it expands. And then bring that air into your ribs, into your lungs. And pause and gently release the air from your lungs, from your ribs, from your belly, pulling your navel towards your spine. And again, inhale, expand the belly, expand the ribs, expand the lungs until you can't take any more air in, and pause. And gently exhale, releasing from the chest, ribs, belly. One more time. Inhale, expanding the belly, ribs, lungs. Pausing. And exhaling from the chest, ribs, belly. Beautiful. Return to normal breathing. And now, friends, I want you to focus on the sound of the rain. Let the sound fill your ears. Imagine that it's a warm rain that's falling on you. Imagine what that would feel like. What the air would smell like. And what it would look like as all those tiny droplets come crashing down towards the earth, gently hitting your body and splashing. And then come back to the sound of the rain. Let all your thoughts go, like clouds with the wind, and just focus on the sound of the rain. Let yourself be still and calm. And then I want you to take a nice deep inhale. Let it go. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Rock your head side to side. And then when you're ready, roll onto your right side into a fetal position. And then gently push yourself up into a comfortable seated position. And let's go ahead, inhale, arms up, gaze up, hands together in front of our hearts. And take a moment and bow your head to your heart. Thank yourself for your incredible practice today, for taking time to reconnect with your body, with your mind, and with this moment. Wishing you a beautiful rest of the day. Sending you love and light. Namaste.